According to Google, Flax is a high-performant and efficient 3D game engine, often described as a lightweight alternative to the most powerful engine publicly available. This just sounds way too good to be true, so I decided to try it out and make a small game in it. Flax Engine, a true game changer. The most agile game engine is now available. Full source code, full power, fully featured. That sounds pretty braggy. Let's start it now. Flax download for Linux. Okay, downloads pretty fast. Let's see. How do I unzip it? Unzip filename.zip. Okay, so it should be ready. I have source, content, binary, project, source, engine, editor, platform, shaders, editor. Okay, I don't know what these folders are. Is there like a file that I can start?
Content, engine, flax files, okay. Can't execute the right, yes. Editor.
Is there like something on here? How do I start it? Get Flax, create a project. After you get Flax, navigate to the project page in the Flax launcher. I need a Flax launcher. Get Flax. Installing the Flax launcher. Do I need a Flax launcher? I think I installed the editor, but I still need the launcher. And we're in the launcher. Great. It doesn't work. I'm in. Crazy. Okay, I've somehow opened it. Yeah, it should now work. Okay, what do we have? Standard buttons like this. Game, properties, editor. Yeah, okay. We have our scene, our editor, our game. There is no camera. Okay, no scene. Open one from a content window. It looks like a mix of Unity and Unreal. Let's do this first. No scene. Open one from the content window. There's a content window. Plus, I want to create a scene. I also do this without any guides right now. So I probably need those soon because I'm already stuck. I believe. Window. Scene. There is no scene. Open one from the content window. This is the content window and I have no scene. Okay, let's go back. Create a project. Maybe I don't have a project, right? I can't use the Flax launcher because that is for Windows and it doesn't work for me. So I have to create a project manually. Now I have to paste it in right. It worked, I believe. Or it's doing something. My Flax project. Yes, it looks perfect. I'm here. My Flax project is the name of my project. Content, source, Flax. Content, editor, engine, shaders. Okay. So in content, settings, game settings, can I do a new? I need a scene. Is there a scene? Scene, yes. Scene 1. No scene. Open one from the content window. Open. Okay, I'm here. Can I move? Yes, I can move by holding right click and moving with WASD. E is up. Q is down, so exactly like an Unreal Engine. Yeah, everything looks very like Unreal Engine. It's probably like 70% Unreal Engine and the rest is Unity. Okay, let's just try to create Pong, or yes, I believe Pong is maybe a great idea because I can also use AI. I've already seen that there is some AI right here, behavior tree. Maybe this is too advanced. What do we need to make a Pong game? There's also a camera. Can I start the game? I don't know if I can start the game. I can add scripts like in Unity. Save. Very important. Play in editor. Yes, I can't move. Let's just try to make something fall down. For that we need some like 3D object, animation, gameplay, material function, material instance, physics, prefab, scene, settings, visual script. Can also script in visual, like an Unreal Engine, okay. Settings. Can do it for a lot of platforms. Physics settings, streaming settings. Looks very advanced for such a little engine. Game settings. This looks very like Unreal Engine where you finish your game and then build the game to actually have a standalone executable you can run normally without the engine. Okay. But I don't see any primitives. Cube. Can I just drag this in? Yes, there's a cube. And now play the game. Does it fall down? No, it doesn't fall down. Maybe I have to set some gravity right here. Model, draw modes, multiple values. Okay. Downscale. I could add a script and maybe let it move like on its own via timer. Maybe I can physics. Collision data, physics material. I think this is in Unity like where we can set bounds or something like that. Physics material. This looks exactly like Unity. It's weird. This engine is really a mix of Unity and Unreal Engine. It feels familiar, but still like very weird to have a mix of both. Light, physics, box collider, rigid body. I need a rigid body on this. Can I add this like right here to this? Okay, rigid body. How do I add this? I want to add this to the cube. Can I drag this? Here, my scene. Sun, sky, skylight, floor. Okay, now drag my cube into here. I have a prefab. Yes, and to that prefab, I want to add a rigid body. Can I add this like this? Doesn't look like it. Okay, how do I add the rigid body? How do I add the rigid body? Ah, it's now on, right? There's a rigid body in my scene, but it isn't attached to anything. I think it's not on the cube. No, it's just in the scene. So it should fall down, right? Yeah, it falls down very fast. Okay, delete this. How do I apply it? Drag and drop your visual model, schematic static model onto the rigid body. Of course, it's the other way around. To the cube onto the rigid body. Now, if the rigid body falls, the cube falls as well. Yes, yeah, I believe it's the same in Unity. Let's delete this. Then let's create Pong. For Pong, let's just move this. Can I rotate this? Properties, general transform. Yeah, rotation. You need to rotate it around the red axis. This has to be 90, right? Yes, does it look good? We just make it bigger. Scale, okay, we scale all of it. Let's say 10, that's enough. Yes, then we want black, because the background in Pong is black. Model, this is the paint color, black. Yes, it's black. Then we need those two paddles. How do I make paddles? This will just be a cube. This is my cube. Why is it white? No, it's black. Do I have a sun or something on my mouse? This is my cube. But why is there no gizmo to transform it? Transform? Ah, so it was in like the paint section, the model. But I want this. I move it up here. Does it look right? Okay, this isn't black anymore. Why is the background not black anymore? This is the floor. Let's rename this to background. Then we have this. This is our paddle. Yes. Take the background and we make it black again. It's black. Here's it black. Oh, this is pretty shiny. So let's fix this. Why is it still onto black? I want this to be white. Can I somewhere set doesn't reflect like the entire sun? Brush falloff, brush strength, brush size, model LOD, paint color, paint mask, RGB, continuous paint. I don't know. Why is this not black? If I enter this, it's black. But it is wrong. Paint, black. It now should be black the entire time. Yes. Why does it switch? Now the cube is black? What? No, it's white. I'm so confused. Okay, we just stick with it. We have our paddle here, so let's resize it to look like a paddle. Scale, this has to be smaller, like 0.3. Yes. And we make this like also 0.3. It looks okay. Now this, or I'm so confused with this like paint. Why doesn't it look wrong like the entire time? Okay, then we need to move it. We probably need a script for this. So add a script. Need a new script. Okay. New. Is there a normal script? No, I don't think so. Let's take a visual script, I believe. Paddle script. It's gone. There's my script. Hello. Okay, so let's try this again. The visual script is not here. Test. Why is there no script? Warning, wait to find, create new item. Happened 3 times. Let's try it again. Now it's 4 times. Okay. But why doesn't it appear? Waiting asset visual script. Why is this blue bar on the bottom here? I'm so confused. Fail to find, created new item. Yeah. Why do you fail? I can't find it for you. Okay, let's just take this and Google it. Create file settings. What is this? Ah, it opened new windows. Okay. Base class script. Yes, I want a script. Now it's here. Test. Rename this to paddle script. Can I open this? Yes. Actor. Choose an actor. This is a paddle. Let's rename this paddle to paddle 1. Paddle static model. Paddle 1. Okay. Can I now take this? Rename this? Paddle 1. Paddle 1. What is this? Show hole grab. Toggle quit snapping for nodes. See documentation to learn more. Open content search tool. Search for move. No results. Okay. Save. Very important. This kicked me out. Is this how? And select in content window. Aha. Script. Can I make it like print? Format. Test. This will print test. Then it will print something else. And can I print like this? Okay. Can I make this to string? And then I can print it. Any argument? I don't have any arguments. Okay. Can I rename this function? Breakpoint? No. It doesn't seem like it. Add return node. Add signature. Add attributes. Find references. No. Can't I just rename it? Okay, if I now add another function, it's called function 1, okay. Do I have something like on begin or begin? Maybe update, behavior tree, control, editor scene, nav crowd. I just want like a node that runs like every frame. Play. Starts playing the currently assigned audio clip. No, don't want audio clip. Visual scripting with Flax. An update. Is it an update maybe? Update in editor window. On script. Call it every frame if object is enabled. No, I want this. Yes. And then I call function to test it out function in paddle script. Okay. I need an instance for that. Can I do like self? No. Paddle. Okay, let's just try it without. Close this. And then I press play. Output log. No, there's nothing here. In debug log, there's nothing. Okay, do I get an error if it's not working? This is the problem with small engines. I don't know if it's a bug or if it is intended. On something like Unreal Engine, I expect an error message, but here I don't know. I need to add a script. Wait, I'm here on my paddle and I need to add a script. Paddle script. And I want the paddle to be like here. Yes, does it now work? No, I don't see any print messages. Log. Maybe I need log content. Open that again. Log message. Okay. What was the example here? Why is it still here? Can't move it. Okay. String. We can just use a variable. String test. test string. Yes, bring it in here to here. On update, try this instead. Save. Now let's try output log. There's still nothing. How did they do it here? Default message, we're gonna print log static void debug log object message. Then we connect it, okay. Then last step is to add a script to an actor on the scene. Yes, it's here. And the pedal is in the scene. I can't move it. Why do I can't move the cube? This engine still seems a little bit buggy, but maybe this is just me. Let's first of all make this to an prefab. Pedal 0 and delete the alt pedal. Now we can move it in. And it crashed, right? Yes, it crashed. My Flax project and everything is here. Scene 1, everything's still here. Yes, and I want the pedal in the scene. And I just like add it to the scene. But how do I add prefab? This is prefab, right? Type prefab. Yes, but when I open it, I can't even see it. Okay, let's just create a new one. Cube. Want the cube in the scene. This cube has a script. This is an actor and string test. Yes, it should work now. Right? Exception has been thrown during window on update. I had to spawn a prefab for the preview. Maybe this was here before. Get out one scenes, creating scenes, loading scene. I believe this is when I started the scene, so this was before. Play mode. Yes, it doesn't work. Why is there no message? This is the same like right here on update. Yes, right? Yes, on update in script. Add override function. Does it need to be a function or like add override on update in script? Maybe this? How did they log? Let's just try both. Log message. Yes, print the same message. Save and try it out. Ah, here. Info string text. Something worked. Exception has been thrown during invoke. Value cannot be null. Parameter R. I don't know the arguments. Okay, but it works. Here this has an argument. I don't know which arguments I need, but this is my fault. Okay, but it works. Save it again and test it again. Yes, it works. Okay, after an hour, we printed a string. Looks good. Let's try to make the pedal move. How do we do this? First of all, we should go into the script, and instead of logging anything, we can get our actor, our pedal, and we take this and we move it. Set something like position, with local position, that position is downside. Yes, and we get position and we set this. Nee, we have to add something. I believe this is the Y. The up and down axis is Y. Yes, then let's add another parameter. That's a float, call is speed, and that's, let's say 10. Can we split this? Convert method call, format node, or you could split this like somehow in Unreal Engine. Let's just try to add something. Add in vector 3. And we have first to do this, that's the left. Can we combine this? Yes, then combine this and connect this to this. Let's move it like that. Looks good. Now on update, it should move somewhere, but it should probably move positive in all axes, and we only wanted to move positive on the Y axis. So we have to fix this later. It's not moving at all. Now let's try to lock something. Maybe this works. And there is no lock, but I get errors. Okay, what are these? Ah, we haven't set this, of course. Now it should work. And moved up. Let's go. Now we want this only to happen when we press up or down. Key W. Oh, how do I search for key? This was on the website, I believe. Why is it still here? This annoys me so much. Ah, get mouse button down. Get key W. Oh, add a node that we use to get mouse button down. The get mouse button method from the input class. Okay, that's why I'm searching for the input class. Input key, input W, W key. If now we search with context sensitive, down, get down, no, input, get key down, key is W. Yes, and we connect this to this. If key is down, true, add, and it's right. I'm pressing, still no actor in here. Okay, but again, yes, it works. But it only works when I press it, not when I hold it. Let's fix this. Key, on key down, sounds good. Instance, control, what? I have no instance here. Key, hold, key hold, no. I don't want to fix this, so let's just try and say if we press W, it moves up until we press S, and it moves down until we press W again. This is fine, I guess, for this test. Okay, this solution is probably pretty dirty, but let's just do it anyways. Need a variable of bool, move up set, move up to true, and else is false. Then we do the same with a move down, on, up. Okay, we can only use it once. Is there any like a switch or something we can do? Switch on bool, switch on enum, no, set switch. I just can't find the valid nodes that I want from Unreal Engine in here. They exist, but under different names and do only half the stuff. Scripting in this engine is so hard if you just can't have the node, so this triggers me so hard. We need to select this because the engine doesn't do this, and it's gone. Where is it? Down here. Just teleports. Dude, what is this? Just teleports down. No, it has to be a problem with the engine, because look at this. I've now, when I move up, I add +1. If I move down, I subtract -1, so I add 1 again, and it just teleports down. I'm quitting this. For real, this engine is bullshit. You can't lose the launcher cross-platform. It's so unintuitive, even though I use the tutorial right here. It's just a cheap copy of Unreal Engine X Unity. I can't find my features. This is just bullshit. Okay, I'm recording recording this after editing the video. I wanted to keep my reaction in because that's really how I felt by the end. I'm sure Flax isn't a bad engine, it just wasn't what I expected after reading about it. I went into this thinking it might be a better Godot. If you take the time to learn the engine, it's probably good. There's also a third-party launcher for Linux that wasn't mentioned on the website, but after all those compromises, I would personally rather just use Godot, unless you really like the Unity x Unreal philosophy of the engine. So, to answer the most important question out of all, is it a true game changer?